And we're back. What's good, everybody? It's another installment of We Think This is a Sports Show, but it's different. It's another one. It's another one.
Another one.
We will have a sponsor from DJ Khaled if Mills don't want to give them the hands every time. So, but we got to keep it simple here. It's another one. We doing fantasy this week. You know, a lot of our friends, a lot of people we know do fantasy. We all in fantasy leagues. We all part of 3-4 multiple fantasy leagues. So we thought a fantasy show would be dope. So
Fantasy Fridays.
Yeah, so y'all know who we are. We got Preach here, we got Mike D here. Mill's supposed to be here, but he moving this week, so we let him do what he gotta do. But we gonna hold it down for him. So as y'all know, we are part of a Real Men's Fantasy League. That's fire, that's fun. So we gonna talk about just how long we've been doing it, why we started, and Mike the commish. So I'm gonna go to you, Mike, and just talk about what made you start the league and how long we've been doing this for.
Well, before we get into that, we do this exercise a lot, but I just want to do it one more time on the fantasy show. Raise your hand if you have a championship in the Real Men's Fantasy Football League. Yo, Preach, did you hear my question? Preach doesn't have one yet. Preach is the only one on the show who doesn't have one. He talked like he does, and you guys will figure that out over the next couple of weeks. That he talked like he has one, like he's Matthew Berry, but he is not. Trust me, he is not. All right, but so to your question, Rad, I've been playing fantasy, I think for 6 years directly, or however long our league started. Because I started it because I wanted to play, but indirectly, I've been probably playing like 15 years. Because like growing up, I was huge on Madden. I was real big into sports, NFL, ESPN. That's all I watched. So my older cousins, that's like when they had like newspapers or whatever they were using. I can't even imagine playing fantasy if it wasn't on my phone. That's but like they would ask me like, yo, who should I play? Marshall Faulk or Edgerrin James? And I'm like, well, who are they playing? They'd be like, oh, they playing, I don't know, Pittsburgh. I'm like, man, Pittsburgh D, man, they be locking me up on Madden. I wouldn't play them. Pause. So like that's how I started. Then I had to start my own league to get into somewhere. And it was when Mills came over my house to draft. He used my computer to draft his very first team like 7 years ago. And he was asking me every pick. I was like, bro, like if you want to ask me for your draft, how are you going to play? So that's when I said, you know what? I'm starting my own league. You trash, so I want you in the mix. And next thing you know, like it turned into this crazy like Real Men's Fantasy Football League that everybody want to get into.
Everybody.
All right, Sam. How long you been doing fantasy, and why you get into it?
I've been doing fantasy, I think, since 2013. I want to say, and I think the first league I got in was at my job at Buffalo General. And I was terrible. Like I was so bad because I wasn't, of course my football knowledge and acumen is, at an amazing level, right? We all know that. Most sports. But what I quickly learned was that fantasy is not just about football knowledge, right? And it's research, value. It's luck. I mean, it could be luck. Sometimes people luck into certain things, but it's not just pick the, player that you most familiar with, so to speak. And because 9 times out of 10, the players that you are most familiar with are probably old and decrepit now, and they're just a name. So, so I think it was about 2013. I remember I was bad. I think I probably won like 2 games, and they laughed, and ever since then, I just been building upon that fantasy knowledge, and I think this is my year to win all my leagues. Last year, I came close. Unfortunately, in the Real Men's Fantasy League, I did not make the playoffs due to.
How did you come close, Sam? Explain that.
Wait a minute. Due to unforeseen circumstances. But in my other 3 leagues, I got to the championship game in all of them. I won 1. I lost 2 due to unforeseen circumstances as well. So I think this is my year to win all 4. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I am gonna do it. I like my teams in all of them. I know we're not supposed to go there right now, but I just feel the need to say it. for the people that's watching.
Well, for me, it's definitely I've been like indirectly for around that long too. People been asking me, and I always be like, dang, I've never been in the fantasy league, but people always ask me like, who should I draft? Blah 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 blah. Because I'm like Mike. I've been watching Sports Center my like whole life, and I've been watching college football as well. So I actually know the people that's getting drafted. I know first round picks, second round picks, third round picks. No, he a rookie. Nice. He came from blah, blah, blah. I know all that type of stuff. So my first league was the Real Men's Fantasy League. You know what I mean? That year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was my first. I know, amazing, right? How
Which
good
was
I am.
terrible.
Crazy. No, I actually made it to the championship.
No, I'm saying the first year was terrible.
Oh, the first match was terrible because you got to get the right people. That's key.
No. I'm saying our league was terrible.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, we got to get the right people. Yeah,
okay.
You got to get the right people. I think that's key in fantasy about just having the right people, having the right mix of people. Because that first year was just like jank, as jank can be.
I had two teams.
Yeah, but I made it to the league. I made it to the championship. I lost, but I made it to the championship that year.
The ABA championship is what we like to call it.
Shout out Jerv. His ring count too. All rings count. His ring count too.
Okay, whatever.
It was like our season.
Boys is paying. It was crazy. Like that's a story.
Bro, during the draft, we were like, yo, you look like, yo, Dan, or like Buck, like, yo, you up? Yo, I'm playing more 2K just to give me the best available wide receiver. But what do you mean the best available wide receiver? I don't know. You pick.
The draft took what 4 hours?
Oh, 5. No.
5 or 6 hours.
Yes,
like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Terrible, bro.
No, we had no clue what we were doing. No clue what we were doing.
It was
no timer,
like,
no nothing.
We well over a machine now. We has money on the board. We got preach yelling at stuff. Me on the laptop.
Yeah, bro. It's
serious now.
No, the growth that we became has been dope. But it's
contract.
Contract. Yeah, for real.
But
it's been a lot of great moments throughout the Real Men's Fantasy League. A lot of great moments, and so we're gonna talk about this particular year. So based on we had our draft last weekend, last Saturday. So what was the best moment from this year's draft? We're gonna start with you, Sam. What was the best moment from this year's draft?
That's tough. I think if I can give two, and normally this is not. Let me just caution everybody when you're doing a draft, especially when you're in person. It's not always good to have people who are not drafting there, right? And we happen to have two people who weren't. Buck and Naz, like they weren't drafting, like they didn't have a team. They were just there with us, and sometimes that can get away from itself because they want to talk and they want to do certain things, but we need to get this done. But I will say having Naz there was a great addition. Naz, he was kind of the life of the party.
Hilarious.
So I want to say that that was a great moment, and also probably Rad Tilton. We were drafting and a player that it was Cam Akers for all those fantasy aficionados, and he was taken right before Rad, and Rad was
right after.
Right after, and Rad was tilting, man. He didn't know what to do. He was like, oh my god, listen, y'all. He had a tough time, so that was pretty funny to me.
That was hilarious. That was hilarious.
I ain't 10 toes down.
It was definitely tilting. For me, since Priest gave 2, I'm gonna give 2. The one was me, and I messed up so bad. So being the commissioner, I got so much going on that, especially with all these podcasts we doing, I never really even had a chance to look at my team. So we do keepers.
Mike, you want to admit this? You go.
Yes, yeah, bro.
Right.
I'm gonna admit it. I'm gonna admit it.
Okay.
So I didn't have a chance to look at my keepers. So I'm like, all right, let me see who I had on my team last year. Going. Austin Hooper.
Right after that, we have to explain our fantasy league to people, though.
Oh well, but with the keeper situation,
just the league.
I will. So I'm going through to see who my keepers are. And I'm like, oh, Matt Breida. I'm like, oh, let me see what he up to these days. I'm like, oh, he on Miami. I'm like, oh, he number 36 running back. I was like, my team was trash last year. I really don't have anybody to keep. I like Breida. Breida, I mean, he went off in the playoffs, ran for like 200 yards. Let's do it. So I drafted him, and everybody, I kept him. and everybody is dogging me. I'm like, what y'all don't like Matt Breida? So I start going through the list, and I need a running back, and I see San Fran, I see Raheem Mostert. I said, oh my God, I was keeping Raheem Mostert, not Matt Breida. So nobody knew. And I leaned over and whispered to Rad. I was like, yo, bro, like, yo, you know I'm going to keep Raheem Mostert, right? Matt Breida. Well, I tell you, Rad lost it.
Wait.
Dying.
I didn't know that. No.
I thought I had Raheem Mostert, bro. Not Zach, not Matt Breida. I was so upset. Like, I can't believe I just kept Matt Breida. Like
in the 15th.
In the 15th.
So, it ain't too bad.
But and then another moment to me that was really the best was when Preach drafted Travis Kelce #2. And the draft is going. And we doing snake and it's coming back around. And I can see Preach, he's pacing. He's sweating. He's like, yo, your boy let me win the draft. So I'm looking like, what is Priest talking? Like, who is on the board that he's 2 picks away from getting? I look, Travis Kelce was still there. And he is going crazy. He said, hurry up and pick. Hurry up and pick. So I'm like, so I said, Preach, I know what you up to. So Preach came to me and said, yo, whisper in my ear, pause. What you think I'm about to do? I said, you about to go Bill Belichick and go 2 tight ends. Like, yes, you got it. And Money picked Kittle right before Preach. And Money was on the board for about 5 minutes.
5 minutes, y'all.
I said, Money, if you don't pick who you supposed to pick, I swear I'm fighting you. And when he said Kittle, I let out the biggest scream, like, yes, thank you. Because if he would have got Kelce and Kittle in the 3rd round, I can't believe he was still there. Like
in the flex.
That's bad. It was between him and Tyreek Hill for me at the like round 2, pick #4. And the fact that he almost got back to Preach in the 3rd round, pick 8. I don't know what they did before him, but that when Money picked Kittle, that saved us because Preach would have won.
I'd have ran through.
I don't think he would have won still, but that's here nor there.
I'm still gonna win now.
Nah, but a moment in the draft that I don't know was the best moment, but our friend Tony went Michael Thomas #1 this year.
Woo.
And that was I'm not gonna be mad at you going Michael Thomas, but it was still like,
no, that was silly.
Like, bro, this is not the league that I didn't expect this league. I thought this league matured enough to know that. Nah, bro, you don't
take the running back.
You don't take Michael Thomas 1. I mean, I understand because it was a point in time where AB was going 1 in draft.
No, I just think that Tony outsmarted himself. Like, I don't think that he's dumb. He just thought that he was smarter than what he was, and he's gonna see how stupid that was.
Well, Lamar was his keeper, so I don't know if he's banking on that for some reason. I still don't get it.
Yeah, but CMC and Lamar is probably better than Lamar and
it
Michael
is
Thomas.
100% better.
You literally win the league. Like, the league is over. Like, if he got Lamar Jackson and Christian McCaffrey, we don't win anymore. Like, there's no possible way we can win.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
All right, so we was talking about Tony team. So let's talk about our teams. Let's talk about we all in multiple drafts this year. We're all I don't know. Have y'all all won the other drafts y'all been in?
Yep.
We all former winners in the other drafts we was in and stuff. So let's talk about. You never won?
We have 2 leagues at the hospital, and I've come runner up like multiple times. So I mean, this is my year to win both. Because last year I was runner up in both of them, and I lost in the championship in both leagues. But so it is. That's
unfortunate.
It is. It happens.
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, at my job, I'm winning. I lost last year, but the year before that I won. So I've been back to back. I won 2 years in a row, and last year I lost. So I've been in the championship 3 years in a row. On my job league, so that's different tier type stuff. I call myself the GOAT in this league. So moving on, we're gonna talk about all the teams that we got this year. So we're gonna start with you, Mike. Based on all the leagues you got, what's your favorite team and what's your best team you think you got in fantasy this year?
All right, so I only had 2 drafts so far. I got 2 on Monday. It's Labor Day. Got 2 drafts that day. In the league that I'm in, so it's crazy, right? Brad, Jasper, my boy Jasper was the best man at his wedding. Last year, he hit me up like, "Yo, my boy having a draft. Like, you want to be in it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I could be in some leagues." Yo, I tell y'all, I dominated this draft in that league.
I remember.
I don't know any of them. Like it's me and like everybody else is white. I don't know them. Like it doesn't matter to me that they are white. But the fact that I talk so much trash too every week, I'm like, yo, y'all can't mess with me. And I'm surprised they asked me to come back, but I came back and I dominated the draft again. I got an A minus. The closest score the next to me was maybe a B or B minus. And let me tell you, my squad. And it's funny because, like I say, it's an all-white league besides me. And and after Chadwick passed away, I thought it'd be a homage to him. My name is Watch the Throne because I am the champ, and I got a picture of T'Challa sitting on the throne. So that is kind of dope. Yeah, but my quarterback, Dak Prescott.
Well, wait. Explain the league for us first.
So it's a full PPR standard, two running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 flex, 10-man league. So we need to add another flex. It's too much talent.
Yeah, way too much
on the bench.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave just like that. Yeah, too much talent.
Yeah, it's too much. Like you was like, I got people that could go for 40. Well, not this team. I picked up a lot of handcuffs. But so you want to do like the rounds or just give you my team?
Just give me a team.
Yeah, team. Yeah.
All right. So I got Dak Prescott. I think I got him like the 6. I was like, I'm most happy about that. My wide receivers are a little weak, and you're gonna see why. But I got DK Metcalf and Calvin Ridley as my 2 wide receivers.
That's not weak at all. Oh, in a 10-team league. Yeah.
10 league, yeah. But I got Barkley and Connor as my running back. I got Connor on like the 7th. Like I don't know what this league would be doing. And then my tight end is George Kittle, and then my flex is Travis Kelce. So I was able to go to 2 tight end. I went Barkley, came around, got Kittle, came around, got Kelce, came around, got Connor, came around, got Dak. And once that happened, I said, "Oh, y'all done." I said, "It's over." I said, "This dude took Russell Wilson like first round." I'm like, "Y'all are done." The league is $400 too.
It's $400.
Oh, I'm like, would the winner get $400?
Oh, I'm about to say
the buy-in is 50. The buy-in 50.
Oh, okay.
So with that team, and then my bench is just like I got Marquise Brown, Kareem Hunt, I got J.K. Dobbins, I got Brandon Cooks, Carson Wentz as a backup quarterback. I got Madison, Latavius Murray, and I went Anthony Miller, and I got the Pittsburgh Philly defense because they play Washington first week. So I probably gonna plan on stream my defense. But just like my starting 5 or my starting team, like it's over.
All right, that's a strong team. That's definitely A grade. What's your best team, Sam?
Well, and don't say our league.
Nah, that's in the bag. I'm not even gonna tell people that. But this league is full of PPR plus extra. It's like
extra.
PPR on steroids. Like
bonuses.
A lot of bonuses. Like we get a point for every carry the running back gets. So it's just like
that's stupid. Now
it's
that's
insane. Our points,
that is stupid.
Our points be in like the 500s, like 4 to 500
points per carry.
Yeah, we get a point every carry. You get a point. You get
so if a quarterback take off and run, that's a point.
You get a point every carry, right? So like even if you go negative yards, you get a point. It's the carry. So yes, so just imagine that, right? And you do have to draft, like you have to understand that going in.
So like Leonard Fournette would have been like really good because he getting like 25 carries.
Derrick Henry would be
Derrick Henry.
Example. Yeah, Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
So it's 1 quarterback, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, a tight end, and a super flex.
Okay.
And then kicker and defense. So I got Matt Ryan. I don't even know what round I got him in. But nonetheless, I got Matt Ryan. I got Calvin Ridley as my wide receiver, Robert Woods, Michael Gallup. My running backs is Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Austin Eckler. And I got Hayden Hurst at the tight end position, but I also got Blake Jarwin and Mike Gesicki on my bench just in case.
You got 3 tight ends?
Oh, because I meant to mention this. We also have defensive players. So we get a cornerback, a defensive line and I think a linebacker. Like we have like a lot of bench spots technically. And my strategy is I don't like telling people my strategy because I know somebody out there listening in our league, but I don't pick defensive players and I don't put them in unless I need them. And 9 times out of 10 I don't need them because I'm gonna blow the team out anyway. So I don't need that extra whatever those points are.
Why is there a chance of them going negative, or is that why?
Not necessarily. It's just they don't. I mean, like if you get 8 to 10 points from any defensive player, that's really, really good.
Okay.
Right. So you know what I'm saying? So like at most you probably get like 20, 25 points on average. Now you can win. Like I've seen people win from defense, like just having defense, but it's highly unlikely.
Is it because you don't want to waste a roster spot?
I don't want to waste a roster spot unless But if I have to, I'll just pick somebody up just to get a couple points just to beat the player. But anyways,
yeah.
I said Hayden Hurst is my tight end, and my super flex. I actually got Chris Carson in there. But I also have Jared Goff, Jamison Crowder, Ryan Tannehill, Latavius Murray, Deontay Johnson, Anthony Miller, and Tyrod Taylor.
Yo, this league, is it like the NFL blitz of fantasy leagues?
No,
what is going on?
What it is, the thing is, I don't have 3 defensive players, so that's 3 extra spots there, combined with the 6 bench spots. So for me, I take all the players up, so nobody else can get them on waiver wire.
Oh, waivers.
Yeah, because
is it Fab?
No, there's no Fab. It's a waiver wire.
Yeah,
we still do waiver wire.
I get it. It's like the people who pick 2 defenses, 2 kickers, 2 tight ends in like random leagues, and be like, no, I'm just gonna have one and stream it. You can have all those people. Like I understand what you're saying,
but that's
similar
stupid.
to that. No, I'm saying similar.
That's stupid.
But people,
what they're doing is dumb. I'm doing something smart. I'm saying like I pick those quarterbacks because if you don't have a quarterback in the flex, you will lose.
Yeah,
like unless you have a Chris Carson, a James Conner, like a 4th round running back or something like that, or like you luck up on Raheem Mostert, like something like that.
Yeah.
If you don't have a quarterback in the flex, you lose. So I just took them all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
Well, especially with COVID, like you never know. You never know who might go out.
Janky.
How about you, Rad?
Janky Lee, I'm gonna go. I got a league with my family. I think my team on Real Men's Fantasy is actually really good. But I'm just gonna go with another one.
I think that's your worst team.
That's not true. My backs you just named. This is my backs. I got like half the team that you named is on my team.
You got Edwards-Helaire and Austin Eckler?
Yes.
Damn. How do we let that happen?
Because I'm nice.
He went 9. Well, I took Chubb.
I took Devontae Adams, and I let him get
quiet. I'm gonna just be quiet and let that rock out, and let y'all just see what I do on that league.
But you got Taylor. But he got trash quarterbacks.
Okay, whatever. But this league is a 10 team league, full point PPR, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, tight end, flex, kicker, defense, and quarterback is Deshaun Watson. Running backs is I got CEH in all my leagues. I got CEH. I think he's gonna be top 3. I think he's gonna be top 3 this year. If you know anything about Andy Reid running backs, they're excellent in fantasy. Super really good in fantasy. All of them. I got
and it's nobody really behind them too.
There's nobody behind them. If you got go to Westbrook, McCoy, to Kareem Hunt. This is the next one, and he's going to be as he's as advertised as the other ones. He's the guy. So I'm really high on CEH. So I pick 8. I got him pick 8. So I got Deshaun Watson. CEH is my running back. I got Joe Mixon as my other running back. 2 wide receivers. I got Adam Thielen, and I got Allen Robinson. People sleeping on Allen Robinson. He had a really good fantasy league last year, and I think if Nick Foles won that job, it's going to be even better. A tight end I got is Tyler Higbee. People like the last 5 games he had last year. He was he was tight end like 2. He was coming in. He helped people get in playoffs and stuff like that. My flex, I got I can go Deontay Johnson. I got Jonathan Taylor. This is the league I go heavy rookie running back. I got Jonathan Taylor. I got Dobbins, and I got CEH. I always go heavy rookie running back. I got Edmonds, Madison. I got Williams, Preston Williams from Miami. he was coming on strong with Fitz last year, and he's going. I think that was a value pick for me because everybody high on Devontae Parker. They got him the first probably 4 rounds. Preston probably went round 10, 11, and I think they have very similar numbers. So I got Preston Williams late, and I got Jonnu Smith, and they saying he gonna be a breakout tight end this year. So I got Jonnu Smith as my tight end too. So and I think I'm good. My defense is Baltimore Ravens defense. They got the easiest schedule this year, and I got Baltimore Ravens defense. I got Dallas kicker, who they're gonna score a lot of points, had a lot of yards. So this is a great team I got. I think I'm gonna win it. I'm sorry, I won this league last year too. So I just be winning leagues. You know what I mean? So it's cool.
I think your flex spot is your weakest spot, but you can go on.
Everything I said, I got 1 weak spot. That's cool. I'm good with that. But moving on, we're gonna go to top 5. We're gonna try to do our top 5. We want everybody to do our top 5 at every position, at all the major positions. So we're gonna start with Mike. What's your top 5 quarterbacks to finish in fantasy this year? Total points. Who's your top 5 quarterbacks?
Man,
And we in a half-point PPR. So let's say top 5 quarter. Well, I don't know if PPR affect the quarterback as much, but still, say most. So let's say half. All the top 5 is we acting as if it's half PPR because people who do standard or full, we're gonna say we do half in real men's fantasy league. So we're gonna say it's half PPR just to make it even across the board. Try to be top 5 in quarterbacks.
I mean, like, so with one, I went Patrick Mahomes, right? Like, if you give somebody, I don't know what they give him $12 billion. So you give somebody $12 billion, you're gonna throw the ball.
Remember, it was a bad contract, but anyway.
Maybe.
Well, with that contract, he bought half the Royal. I mean, he bought a percentage of the Royals. So whatever they got him something. He got a baseball team with it. They gave him a contract and a baseball team. So I take it.
Yeah, exactly. So 2, I went Lamar. Only thing I put Mahomes over Lamar only for the fact that Mahomes did it 2 years already in a row, and he got hurt last year. Lamar only did it once. Like real crazy number. So if he do what he did last year again, then all right, you just take Lamar 1 all the time. 3, I went Dak. When we on our other show, when we did the top 5 quarterbacks of quarterbacks, not fantasy, quarterbacks, I think I had Dak number 5. I'm expecting a big year from Dak. He holding out, so he know he got a ball out to get his money. He got his receivers, like let's say Blake Jarwin. I didn't even think about him at tight end, and he was way better than what's the old head? Witten. Yeah, he was way better than Witten, but since Witten, they had to keep him on the field. 4, I did go Kyler just because he has that running ability. You got D-Hop over there. Drake is now over there for the full year. I think Kyler going to do great. And then 5, I went Russell just because Russie, he's just consistent. Like, you know what he's going to give you. You know what he's going to do. He's going to go out there, ball out. If you need somebody that's going to be consistent, you know what they're going to give you. Russell Wilson, number
5. For me, I got Dak Prescott number 1. I can echo the same things that Mike said, but I think he's ready for a big year. He got the weapons, and I think his rushing ability is going to take him over the top. I think he should have about 400 rushing yards this year. Coupled with probably like I was statting him in at like probably 42 touchdowns, but and that's rushing and passing as well. So I think Dak Prescott's gonna have a really big year. Second, I got Lamar Jackson. Enough said, right? He's literally a running back and a quarterback in the same body, and I think he's gonna continue that. Third, I got Patrick Mahomes. I gotta go Pat Holmes. Self-explanatory. Fourth, I have Russell Wilson. I think Russell Wilson is probably the best quarterback in football. And he's underrated. And I think Pete Carroll.
He underrated?
I think so. Because they don't say he's the best. So Pete Carroll has said that he's going to take the lots off of him and let him sling that ball. Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf. Right. So we'll see. He doesn't throw the ball as much as you think.
No,
he doesn't.
No, they run a lot.
They gonna run again.
I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna unleash him this year.
Unleash. I don't know. All right, Pete Carroll just talking now.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And fifth, I have Matthew Stafford. I think Matt Stafford is going to be a top 5 quarterback this year. If you look at last year, you look at his stats, 385, 245, 291, 265, 364, 342, 406. Like, those are yards. And not to mention, he has multiple, 3 touchdown games, 4 touchdown games. I think this is his year. I mean, he got hurt last year. He was on pace, I think, to be like he was a top 8, top 7 quarterback. And I think they're
gonna run the ball this year.
But Kerryon Johnson and DeAndre Swift, I think not. So I think that Kenny Galladay and Marvin Jones. I think Marvin Jones is gonna have a great season this year. It was unfortunate I didn't pick him up in the draft. I think he's gonna be a top 20 wide receiver. And
top 20.
Him and Kenny
Marvin
Galladay.
Jones.
Kenny Galladay and Marvin Jones will be top 20 wide receivers. And also I have a sleeper tight end, and I will. Yeah, but I'll say that later. Save that for later.
All right. I don't know. Matt Stafford's a little tough for me, but I understand. My top 5 is I'm gonna go Lamar. I think expecting him to have 1,200 yards rushing again is probably maybe a lot, but I think he's still gonna crack 1,000. I think he's still gonna crack 1,000. Maybe he's gonna probably have a regression, maybe in touchdown passes. He's probably not gonna lead the league in touchdown passes again, but still, I mean,
he didn't have a lot of rushing touchdowns though.
No, he did. So I think Lamar is still my number 1, just because what fantasy is. It doesn't matter. He's going to be top probably 5 in fantasy every week at the quarterback position because his running ability. Patrick is number 2 for me. I think he just gonna come back trying to prove himself even more. Being MVP discussion, he's gonna probably throw for 5,000 yards again, 40 touchdowns. You can put him in for that. Number 3 for me is Kyler. I think Kyler, Adam D-Hop. I think he's gonna get closer to that 4,000 yards rush, 4,000 yard passing. I think he'll probably be above 500 yards rushing, probably around 600 yards rushing. And that's what I think he's gonna be number 3 for me. My number 4 is I had Dak. I got Dak. I think Dak can throw for a lot of yards, throw for a lot of touchdowns. I think Michael Gallup is. I think Michael Gallup and Amari are more so the top 20 duo than more so than you saying Marvin Jones and Kenny Galladay is. I think them two are the top 2. Maybe like a Julio Jones and Ridley, and I think Cooper and I just forgot his name.
Michael Gallup.
No, Michael Gallup and Amari Cooper. Yeah, Amari Cooper are going to be the other. It's going to be.
Cup.
I mean, they potentially, but I think number 2 for sure. That's going to be in the top 20, both of them. And my number 5 is Deshaun Watson. I think Deshaun Watson is going to be a do it all. I think Deshaun Watson is going to be a do it all guy. He's going. He going to throw the long ball. He's one of the best long ball throwers in the league, and he got all fast wide receivers. They all just run 40s. If they all stay on the field, he's just gonna throw the ball.
Yeah, but are they gonna stay on the field? They got Brandon Cooks and Will Fuller, like the 2.
But Brandon Cooks is got a bad rap. Last year was his first year he missed any games ever.
He got concussions though.
Yeah, but I'm saying he do have concussions. But last year was the first year he missed any games in his whole career. He played a 4 years straight, 1,000-yard receiver. So if he can stay healthy, I know it's a big if, but he's been healthy his whole career. So you give him that, and I think David Johnson is one of the better passing catching backs in the league. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to throw the ball. He's going to help him out, and I think Deshaun Watson will be in my top 5. But moving on to running backs, Mike, who you got? Top 5 running backs.
Man, all right, so C-Mac 1. I don't know if we got to explain that. Barkley 2. I think that's pretty self-explanatory 2. Zeke 3. I guess 4 is where it starts to. Maybe really have some opinions. But I went Clyde Edwards 4 because, like you said, he doesn't have anybody behind him, and then the Chiefs are going to score a lot of points. So normally, anytime a team score a lot of points, the running back is really good. Whether it's Gurley, Kamara, any of those, you get down to the red zone, give it to the running back. And at 5, I went Derrick Henry. Even though I'm low on Derrick Henry this year because he did have that 370 carries, and when you go over that, normally you have like a huge regression.
And he got paid,
so but they're just gonna force feed him like they always do. So I'm just gonna say him. I figure he, with the volume, he gonna be probably top 5.
I have, of course, I think it's probably consensus. C-Mac at number 1. Self-explanatory. He's literally a wide receiver and a running back in the same body. And I got Clyde Edwards-Helaire at number 2. I think he's gonna have about 1,300 yards rushing, 10 touchdowns, 10 to 12 touchdowns, and I see him getting about maybe 300 yards passing, probably 200 yards, depending on how they do that. But I think he's gonna have an amazing year. I got three. I have Saquon Barkley. They have a really tough schedule. Like a really, really, really gauntlet of a schedule. So I knocked him down a couple pegs. And Zeke Elliott, number 4, I think he's just tried and true. Like he's literally going to have 30 touches a game. It's just a fact. Like you can't argue with that. And number 5 for me, I have Austin Eckler. I think Austin Eckler, like, is literally like, I think it's Josh Kelly and Justin Jackson. Like he literally has no one there. And when Melvin Gordon was out, you remember, he was amazing.
He was RB.
He was amazing even after that. But I'm just saying, like, he doesn't have, like, Melvin Gordon is out there, so he's gonna get at least 12 touches as far as running a game, right? Like that's a lot. 12 to 15 touches running. Couple that with the passing work, like he's getting literally all the passing work. He's going to get all the passing work. So my only concern for him is touchdowns. And the offense, with being with Tyrod, but I think he's going to get, I think he's going to be like a 25, 30 touch. Like somebody was comparing him to C-Mac. Like how people said that 25 touches. No, touches.
Oh.
Somebody was comparing him to C-Mac, saying that we used to say that, C-Mac was small and he wasn't able to carry that workload. And I think Austin Eckler is in that same mold, right? We think he's a miniature back, so he can't carry the workload, but I think he can.
Yeah. I say the issue with that is, especially since Brad preferences as half PPR and full PPR, maybe, because you get the extra half a point for every catch. And then 2, it's a study out there that says running backs that have a running quarterback, they don't do as well with the catches because instead of Tyrod dumping it off to you for 2 yards and letting you break it, Tyrod would say, "Yo, just turn around, let's run." So that's what they said about like Cam Newton and C-Mac, Lamar Jackson and Ingram. Just instead of dumping it off like maybe Phillip Rivers would, Tyrod might take off a run.
Or like Drew Brees to Kamara, yeah. Exactly.
But remember LaShawn McCoy when we had Tyrod Taylor, he was getting all the dump offs. Like what do we like? I mean, we seen it. We already seen it.
That up. I want to look at the numbers.
We watched the games, Mike. What do you mean? Like he used to dump the ball off to LaShawn McCoy all the time.
I don't remember. But Tyrod only threw the ball like 20 times.
That first year, Tyrod
he was just dumping the ball. We was upset.
With Tyrod, that first year, I mean, when he was actually like looked good, first year Tyrod year, that might have been all right. I don't know. I can't.
Yeah, I would have to remember how many. I know McCoy went all running that year. I had him in fantasy. He went for like 16 touchdowns running, but catching wise, I can't remember. I have to look that up.
But I got the same list Sam got. Honestly, I mean, only thing different, I got CMC 1, Barkley 2. I got Barkley 2, even though they got a tough schedule. They got a terrible defense. And terrible defense means offense going to have to throw. And it's just going to help. I think the Giants' offense is going to be helped in fantasy because they're going to be coming from behind. I'm high on Daniel Jones. I'm high on Barkley because it's going to be a lot of garbage stuff. Because they're going to be a terrible defensive team. They're going to be having to come back every game. That's how I put it at. But I got CH at my number 3. I already talked about him already. CH is going to be, I think, a stud. Zeke is my number 4, tried and true.'s always top 3 in rushing yards every year. He's just who he is. And I got Eckler as my 5th back because of the catches. I think he's the second best wide receiver, catching back in the league to CMC. I think Eckler is that number 2 guy in that aspect. And I mean, it was between him and Dalvin for me, but I just got to see. It's probably would have went Dalvin, but Dalvin want the contract, and they talk about he might miss a game or 2, and that might hurt him. But if it wasn't for that, I would have Dalvin there. But I just because of that, he might miss the game. And the same thing with Kamara, they just might miss games, and you just never know. And Kamara just got like a spinal tap. He just did something. He got something that was just like put me cause the pause. So, and they talk about trading him. So,
Yeah.
That's why it just pushed them down for me. But we moving on. Sam, you gonna start it off here? We got what's the top 5 receivers?
Number 1, Devontae Adams. I think he's going to get 200 targets. They literally have no other wide receiver. Like, I mean, it's me out there, and so I
They
think
gonna run the ball too.
We'll see. I think Devontae Adams is going to get not 200, but he's definitely going to get like 150, 160 targets. I think he's going to have about 1,400 yards, 8 touchdowns, something in that range. Number 2, I've got Michael Thomas. Only reason I put Michael Thomas number 2 because they say it's very difficult to be number 1 again. Like, statistics show it just regression happens, you know.
So that's the AB.
Yeah, but we're talking about outliers. I'm just saying, like 95% of the time they don't go back to number 1. Number 3, I got Tyreek Hill, and simply because of the blow up weeks, I think Tyreek Hill is gonna have like 5 weeks of 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think he's gonna have like you know, he's not gonna be necessarily consistent throughout the year. You're gonna have some dud weeks and maybe some injured weeks, but I think he's gonna have like huge weeks. That's gonna balloon and probably like, you know, he gonna get like a end around or something. You know what I'm saying? He gonna take it to the house. Like you know the Chiefs always got
a punt return.
Yeah, something. Number 4, I got Adam Thielen. I think we're kind of thinking about it too much. I was listening to one of the pundits, and the reality is they have literally nobody there. Like, if you look up the pass catchers in Minnesota, Justin Jefferson. He's not even running with the ones.
I know.
Like, and he had COVID. Rookie. I know, but like, he's not gonna play. And even if he is, like, rookie wide receivers don't do good anyway. So Adam Thielen is gonna he's literally going to have 160 targets, like legitimately 160 targets. And number 5, I got Julio, tried and true. Julio sometimes he just always gets into top 5s. Like, and I had him last year.
You go.
And I didn't feel it. I didn't feel top 5 because he didn't have a lot of boom weeks. But he was just very consistent, giving me like 15 points. Like, he will always hit his projection, but it would be like, dude, can you just give me like 31 game? But that's neither here nor there.
That's funny. So my list is close. It's close enough to Sam, I guess. It's a different order. I was struggling with this one, man. I was, because like Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Phillip Rivers. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm 2 years late, but I've been waiting for that Peyton Manning wall. So that's why I can't put Mike T 1. But I put Julio 1 just because Julio, he always gonna give you 1,500 yards. Like, he just out of nowhere is in over 1,500 yards every year. Mm-hmm. But his touchdowns be down. I think his touchdowns gonna go back up this year. Hooper stole a lot last year. I don't know if Hayden Hurst is going to still hit the touchdowns, but
he's good.
He might steal some of the yards, but if you get the touchdowns, it's good enough. And then really come into his own to see what happens. I did go Devontae Adams too, because I think Aaron Rodgers got a little bit more than Drew Brees. So, but I went Mike T 3 because even if Drew Brees do take a step down, he's still gonna get the crazy amount of targets. He's gonna catch 90% of the passes. So with Mike T3,
tell him put Jameson. He gonna have all the passes. He gonna have 2,000 yards receiving,
and the other team will too.
You're right about that. You're right about that.
Four, I went Tyreek. Like I said, they gave Mahomes $50 billion. I think they just offered him the CEO spot at Amazon too. So. They just gave him as much money as they could find. So, I mean, he gonna throw the ball to somebody. Tyreek, Kelsey, Clyde Edwards. I don't know, but I got Tyreek at 4. And 5, this is my dog. I do this every year. He probably won't let me down again. But I went Odell, man. I'm waiting for that Odell to come back. I think Baker going to take a step. They got a way better coach. Freddie Kitchens had no clue what he was doing. Hey, is he even on somebody's staff right now? Probably I'm not sure. But they got a better coach, and I think Baker is going to be the Baker from rookie year versus the Baker from second year. I think Odell is finally going to make the comeback. Come on, Odell.
I know you waiting, Mike, but keep waiting.
I like Odell Fires with his value at people. He's not going as a low end wide receiver 1, high end wide receiver 2. And I understand that, but I mean, it's still Odell. You know what I'm saying? So Baker get it together. He's a wide receiver one.
I seen the video of Odell catching the ball back at the end zone, 2 feet down. I got me excited.
All right, but I'm gonna go Michael Thomas. I think Michael Thomas will get all the targets in the world. I know they got Emmanuel Sanders, but it's. I hear what you're saying, Mike, but if Michael Thomas was a burner, Michael Thomas is 7-8 yards demon, and Drew Brees is gonna hit him timing, and I think that's gonna be there. I think Drew Brees probably can do that for the rest of his life.
Bro, I hear you, but Peyton Manning, when he couldn't throw that anymore at all, like everything was done. Like, out of nowhere, he couldn't throw it at all.
You're right, but I feel as if that's gonna be okay. I'm hoping, maybe. I'm hoping. So I got Michael Thomas when I got Julio at my number 2. I think Julio is going to be great. Matt Ryan, nobody really talk about them. I think they're going to have a top 5 to 7 offense this year as well. Julio is my number 2. I got Tyreek Hill as my number 3. I think, both of them going to be just healthy, ready to play. Him and Mahomes, I think they're going to be the number 1 or number 2 offense in the league. My number 4, I got D-Hop. They traded for D-Hop. I know he won a new contract extension. They talk about him might sit out, but I think when you trade for somebody like that, you're gonna give him the ball. Kingsbury is gonna give him the ball. Design plays from the most wide receiver 3 sets in the league. They're gonna find a way to get D-Hop the ball. He gonna get behind the line of scrimmage, and like Kyler Murray is gonna throw the ball to him. So I got D-Hop as my number 4. Number 5 is Adams. I got them lower than y'all because I just think Green Bay is just going to be really trying to run the ball. Last year, they was 13-3 because they ran the ball, and they drafted A.J. Dillon. So that it just shows you that they're going to run the ball, and they're going to be a running team. The coach want to run the ball, and I don't think they can have less pressure on Aaron Rodgers. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to have 4,000 yards. He might have right around there, but he's not going to be 25 touchdowns or something like that, and that's where he's going to be at. He's not going to have Aaron Rodgers old type stats. So that's where I'm at with wide receivers. Moving on with Sam, top 5 tight ends this year. I know this might be up and down, but top 5.
You doing top 5?
I thought we were doing sleepers.
Yeah, I thought we was doing sleepers.
Oh, all right. Well, let's do sleepers then.
Because like, if you don't get Travis Kelce or Kittle, it's like why even draft one until late? Maybe Zach Ertz.
Well, no, some people said that Mark Andrews is gonna be top 5. No, they said Mike Andrews is gonna be number 1 this year. I heard.
But when is he getting drafted though?
Like 4th round.
Fourth round.
You got to get him in the 4th round. You're not getting.
Yeah. So I guess
we go sleepers.
I only mentioned Kelce and Kittle because they're going like round 2 and like early 3.
I'll take Andrews at 4 then. For me.
Yeah, 4.
That's what I mean. Like wherever you get Andrews at, I would skip those 2 and I would get Andrews. That's what I'm saying.
Do you think is there a gap between those 2 and Andrews, or is he on their tear?
I don't think so.
No, there's a gap.
I don't think so. Not this year.
Really?
Well, for Kittle, they don't even have receivers at this point. Like I don't even know who's on the roster. So obviously, but Kittle, he's dealing with a hamstring injury. But all things being equal, he's going to get at least 10, 12 targets a game. Like I mean, like that's a fact.
It's only one. Like who is Lamar throwing it to? Mark Andrews. Hayden Hurst is gone, so you're not
Hollywood Brown. What are you talking about?
But he's a bomb threat. Like
regardless, I'm saying they still got Hollywood and they got the kid Boykin, who they drafted high.
Yeah, but if you need to move the chains, you're throwing the ball to Andrews.
You're throwing the ball to Mark Andrews.
Yeah. I'm not denying that.
Touchdowns too.
But I think everyone knows that, and I want to see because Mark Andrews last year, everybody did not know that.
Sam, what you just said Kittle's is everybody know they throwing the ball to Kittle.
But he's a more talented player though. And he's a way more talented player.
Let's go top 5 tight ends then. Let's just do top 5.
Well, we got 3 and then you just,
So name you got 3? I got 3. I name them. I got Kelce at 1. I got Andrews at my number 2. I think Andrews is gonna have a really good year. I got Kittle as my number 3.
That's insane.
How's that insane?
Because you're just talking at this point.
I'm not high on Jimmy G. I'm not high on Jimmy G, bro. I'm not high on that. I'm high on Mark Andrews.
But last year, you don't have to be high on the quarterback to know that this player is better than everybody.
So what?
Like, what are you talking about?
So what? I can still say Mark Andrews is gonna have a better. I think Mark is gonna have a better year. It's just my top 5, and I got 4 Ertz. 4 is my Ertz, and I got 5 is Tyler Higbee. My top 5.
I appreciate you. Want to give a couple of sleepers in? Says Rad. I mean, it's probably gonna be almost close to chalk.
It's definitely not chalk because Higbee is not in there at all.
Well, yeah, probably four. The top four
and,
probably.
And I got
you might have Waller there or somebody.
I think I got Ertz over Andrews only because they don't have any receivers anymore. Like, I mean, it's like, what are they supposed to do? They got Greg Ward, for God's sakes.
They got Dallas Goedert.
Yeah, I know, but we know that. Okay, we'll see. My sleepers, I got Blake Jarwin, Hayden Hurst, and Jonnu Smith. That's kind of where I'm going.
So I'm if you don't get the top two, top three, let's say four. Let's throw Andrews in there. Let's throw Ertz in there. If you don't get those four, I'm waiting until late.
That's a
to get a
fact.
tight end. So I drafted Jared Cook in our league like round 11. Like the OG, the OG. Well, at that point, I guess I think who was still on the board? Hayden Hurst might still be on the board. But I'm going with the OG. I had Hooper last year. I don't want to test my luck well. Atlanta tight ends two times in a row. So, but I think Rad mentioned him earlier. Jonnu Smith. I think you can get him later. I don't think unless you like really, really in it, you don't know who Jonnu Smith is.
He's undrafted.
We say, he going undrafted?
He's going undrafted in most drafts.
Yeah, I don't. Who drafted him in our league? Did you get him, Rad?
I got him.
Yeah, so he probably would have went undrafted if you didn't get him.
No, he went undrafted. I picked him up.
See?
Oh,
yeah.
So you could get you could get him off waivers or round 15, pick him up. I think you probably could grab, depending on what league you in. If you're not in a league with just random people and people that's really, really trying to win, you would think you could get Gronk late too.
Why would you want Gronk?
Just if you need a tight end.
I know, but like Gronk has not been good since what, 2015, 14 maybe?
16.
Like he's terrible. Like he hasn't played for 2 years. He's skinny.
He's skinny now. He lost some weight.
I know. I think Gronk will have a couple touchdowns. Like he's gonna score in some games, but that's it. Like,
I guess it depends. It depends on what you think about Tom Brady, because Tom Brady is.
No, it doesn't.
Well, no. If you think Tom Brady is going to still be Tom Brady and still be good, my thing is if it's third down, Tom Brady gonna go to Gronk because he trusts him.
Why would he go? Like
he trusts him. It's the same reason why he went to Edelman.
He trusted him. When he wasn't retired, the man retired. Like what are you talking about?
So why is he back then? Why is he there?
I think it's just for show.
Oh, okay. Well, I disagree. I think OJ Howard. I'm surprised they haven't traded him yet.
They're not because they're gonna use him.
You think so? No,
he's a better player than Gronkowski right now.
They didn't use him last year. They used him last year.
Because
Arians don't.
He doesn't use tight ends, so why would they? Oh, they're gonna use Gronk all of a sudden. Oh my God.
Well, Brady. Well, because Brady's the quarterback. Brady controls who gets the ball, so that's why I think if you want to get him Gronk late, and he a big name, why not tell people you got Gronk on your team? That's kind of dope. It look better when Gronk is your tight end versus like Dawson Knox. Even though they may give you the same production, having Gronk on that lineup, people, you got Gronk?
They got Gronk to block.
So I don't know. But Gronk, he's not old though. Him and Kelsey is the same age. He's just been hurt.
But Gronk got dog ears on him. Like I mean, the dude, like he's been beat up.
Yeah, I'd rather have a TJ Hawkinson. I'd rather take Jonnu Smith, Blake Jarwin, as y'all stated before. I'd rather take flyers on those guys.
You're dropping Gronk.
Maybe I don't know who would y'all rather have? Would y'all rather have Gronk or would y'all rather have Greg Olsen in Seattle?
Pass.
I would have Gronk. I mean, Greg Olsen is like legit old. Like how old is he?
Is he starting?
I don't know. Who knows?
Who yeah, I don't know. But also, if you know Dawson Knox is somebody who could get off waivers, I wouldn't touch him. I don't think he's gonna. No. I don't think he's a tight end that is going to pop. I don't think he's ready for that. And then we got so many targets ahead of him, and Josh Allen is a runner. So instead of dumping it off to like Dawson Knox, like just turn around and block before I can run for 50.
And you drafted you got 3 tight ends in your league. What's your 3? Then you got Gosecki is one of them.
I got Gesicki, Hayden Hurst, and I think Jonnu Smith, if I'm not mistaken.
All Flyers. All
I think
like later round guys.
I'm about to trash Gesicki and go get T.J. Hawkinson.
You might as well go grab Gronk, bro. I might go grab Gronk if he on the waiver.
He's already gone.
Somebody drafted.
Yeah, somebody drafted him in like the 7th round.
Yeah, Tay did. I know Tay drafted him in our league. But as I'm saying, if you in leagues with people that's not gonna see the name Gronk and freak out, like you can get them late. I'm just saying.
I think I think it's the opposite. I think you're gonna be in leagues that people gonna see Gronk and freak out and get him, and then you'd rather get somebody with a better value later on. I think that's the opposite.
I respect. I
think that happened in our league. I think Gronk went earlier than he should have went in our league.
Oh, way earlier.
He went before Hayden Hurst. Like
everybody went earlier, right? It's like Bags picked Dawson Knox in like the 8th. Like it was just like, what are we doing now, man?
But who you draft is all based on, what you hope is based on the format. You know what I mean? And so based on y'all experiences with all the leagues, what's the best format for fantasy football leagues? We're going to start with you, Sam. What do you think is the best format?
I'll say this. First of all, I want to give a shout out to our league, our Real Men's League. And I'll say rest in peace to Duke, and also rest in peace to my man Mark Horn as well. We have an amazing league.
Ran by a better commissioner.
Yeah, Mike is our commissioner. Half PPR league, 1 quarterback, 2 receivers, 2 running backs, a flex and a super flex, and kicker and whatever defense. But that's neither here nor there. We're gonna talk about that. But I love our league because of the engagement we have. I just want to be clear. Like as far as leagues, the best league I'm in is this league because it's always something in the group chat. Like that's always going. Trades are happening rapidly. Bad trades are being sent, which is funny. And good trades are being so the whole 9 yard. Also, we also have we went to Fab, thanks to me. We were doing waivers, which was terrible. And if you're doing waivers, stop.
Fab was bad at first too.
No, Fab wasn't bad. It's just people didn't know what to do.
Mikey, we spent $97 on Jared Cook.
But that was hilarious.
Somebody always spent $11 on a defense. Already. I ain't gonna say no names, but somebody spent $11 on a defense.
No, we need names. Who is it?
I didn't know that.
No, go check that out.
Now. I didn't know that.
$11.
2 weeks before the season on the defense already. Just let me know. On New England Patriots defense that half the starters not even there.
Oh my God! Yeah,
that's here nor there. Miami. That's here nor there.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yo, that's here and there.
That's why.
Here and there.
That's why Fab is so funny. We had people that spent so much money on Baker Mayfield last year, and Baker Mayfield was terrible.
And then traded him a week later.
No, we had somebody thought you re-up the money every week, so you can spend the 100, but you're gonna get the 100 back. Nah, okay. Bro. That's not how it works, bro.
Let me say this.
I thought we re-up. I thought we re-up.
I can't believe it.
We don't
Listen,
re-up, bro.
We had to fight for that.
So
let me just say this real quick. Free agency acquisition budget, right? So you get $100 fake fantasy dollars, and that's how you bid on players in the waiver. So that's what that is. But anyways, for our league, if you're having issues with draft, if you're having issues with trading, we have a council. It's this 3 right here. You know what I'm saying? We have a players rep. I'm the players rep. So whenever you have a complaint, you come to me, and then I come to the owner, and then we figure it out. Like it's just an amazing league and well-oiled machine. So I love our league. But to say this, half PPR is great. I do like keepers. But if you're going to do a keeper, because I heard my other friend was telling me, you have to have either 6 to 10, and then you can if you draft them from the 6th round to the 10th round, you can keep them one time, and if it's from 7 to 15, you can keep them for 2 years. And if you get them off waivers, you can put them as your 15 spot.
You mean 11 through 15?
Yeah, 11 to 15.
11 to 15. Yeah, I'm sorry, 6 to 10, 11 to 15. So I think honestly our league is perfect. The only thing that I would adjust is no kicker. And probably I would leave defense. I would leave defense because that does take some type of strategy. But I think we should do away with kickers altogether.
Why? Though? Can you say why? Can you just say why real quick?
Say why?
Because there's no skill or no variance in it, right? Like, well, there's variance, there's no skill, rather. You just like it's a crapshoot.
Yep,
Like it's
yep.
literally a crap. I mean, it's not as worse as tight end, but it's like I mean, if you get Justin Tucker and the next one, I mean, it's over, and that's kind of how it is with tight end. But at least tight end,
It's
you do
about
have
two-
some boom
It's
weeks.
about 2 to 3 kickers. It's HB.
My point is, you cannot pick a good kicker. Like you can't stream kicker because you don't. I mean, you just don't know. Like it's just
I
like
stream kickers all the time.
well, everybody stream kickers, but what I'm saying is, it's
I
like
mean, if you got Justin Tucker, you Gucci.
Yeah.
You Gucci. Harrison Buckner, you Gucci. You Gucci.
Well,
No kickers.
This is why I disagree with you, Preach. And I think it depends on the league that you're in. If you're in a league with like experts, I say you get rid of kicker, get rid of defense if you want to. But for our league, it's an advantage that you have when Bags pick Bills defense in the 6th round. If you actually know what you're doing, you have an advantage. Because people will pick defense. People will pick a kicker. People, give me Greg the leg. It's round 8, bro. You want Greg the leg? Like, he's not going to be good enough for it to really work. So if you're in the league, when you have kickers and defenses, it's a chance that if you really know what you're doing, don't pick kickers, don't pick defense. And if you don't get the top tight ends, wait. If you know that, it's an advantage. So I don't want to give that away. I know you're saying like, oh, you don't think it's an advantage, but when Bags picks Bills defense 6th round, it's an advantage.
Or when Dirty Tay feel like he got to fill up his whole roster,
his roster,
consecutive rounds, and picking a kicker in the 7th or picking a tight end in the 8th.
I
that shouldn't have been there. Like,
that's an advantage, but it's like, I mean, is that really what we're doing it for? Not the fact that
we're here to win.
No, not the fact that it's an advantage, but it's just like, okay, so what? Like, oh my God. I'm sorry, I just got a did anybody pick up New Orleans defense?
No.
I got a little, you know what I mean? Sources say they might get Jadeveon Clowney. I'm about to go get him right now.
I like Clowney.
No, Clowney coupled with everybody else that they have is going to be great.
Okay, all right. But but kickers and defense, I'm fine with that. Especially if you're in a league where people will take defense and kicker. If everybody waiting the round 14, 15 for kicker and defense, then okay, you can't get rid of them if people know what they're doing. But for me, the best format, I say if you're doing 10-man or 10-team or 12-team, you got to have enough roster spots where you have good players on the field. Like if I have I don't know, Todd. Like last year, I had Melvin Gordon, Aaron Jones, Dalvin Cook, Zeke, David Montgomery. I think I had like 6-7 running backs, and 3 of them was on the bench. So you need enough roster spots. The league that I won, bro. I had Lamar Jackson. What? Yeah. It's the league I got Kittle and Kelsey, and I'm gonna win again. And I'm trying to convince them to get a belt. So I can have 2 belts. That's another thing. Your league got to have a belt or a ring. Some bragging rights. But you need, if I have good players on my bench just eating, to me, you need to add more roster spots. So for us, we have 12 with a flex and super flex. So my bench is kind of like whack. So
I will say that.
I'm not leaving points all the time.
I think the 5-player bench is very difficult. I want to be clear on that. Like, I hate 5-player benches because you really do have to strategize on who you want to keep and who you don't want to keep. Like, I'm having a tough time right now. Well, I'm saying most people have 6 people on the bench.
Well, true, but if waivers are already weak. If you take the top 12 people off waivers, then at that point, it's almost like why even have it? Like you left with almost nobody.
All right.
Is Mike freezing?
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit. All right. So for the last 10 minutes, I just want to have a game. Far as like if you got a draft in the next couple of days, if you got some players that coming up that's been like traded, got a new team, and I just want to have a name game. Like I'm gonna say a name and I'm gonna say some other names, and you got to say would you rather go with the person I picked initially or the guy I pose them. So we're gonna start with number one. You know, Leonard Fournette was just let go and picked up by the Bucks, and now, and if you had if your league haven't drafted yet, and now you're about to draft in the next week or so. So I'm gonna name some names. So if you got Fournette, or would you rather go Gurley?
Gurley.
Am I froze?
No, you good.
Oh, yeah, I would go Gurley all day because Fournette was a product of Doug Marrone and getting 30 carries.
All right, Fournette or David Johnson?
David Johnson. It's if you say anybody with Fournette, I'm saying the other person.
I'm about to say the same thing. Yeah. Fournette versus Mills. I'm taking Mills.
Yeah,
I got one more. Okay, I got one more here. Rookie Jonathan Taylor or Fournette?
that's a good one.
That's a good one.
That is
in a
good
split.
One. I will go
Taylor
Fournette.
or Fournette.
I will go Fournette.
Marlon
Marlon Mack is going to start, and Jonathan Taylor would never see the field. So,
what round did draft Taylor in?
like 5th.
He going
Was it later?
he going higher than Mac. I think he going higher than Mac.
Well, no. Well, I'm talking about in real life.
Oh, in real life?
Second.
Oh no, it was like a second round pick. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you draft second round running back. He's playing. So I will go Taylor just because
he never played.
Oh yeah,
he's bad.
Well, Chris Carson was no. Well, Taylor might be.
Yeah, Marlon Mack. Yeah, Marlon Mack. Yeah.
But my thing is, man, Fournette, like he was a product of volume.
No, Leonard Fournette is a good running back. Like, what are we talking about? He was at LSU. He was Clyde Edwards-Helaire before Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
We're not talking about LSU. We're talking about
he was
NFL.
not. Shut up.
He's better. Yo, he was better than him. Leonard Fournette was one of the greatest running backs coming out of college. That's a
We're
fact.
not talking about college. We're not talking about college.
My point is,
like 4 years.
Yes,
I'm the guy who said
he's been
I'm
great.
the guy who said you should go McCaffrey over Fournette in that draft because it's a new day. APs of the world ain't like Derrick Henry is out of here, but usually it's pass catching running backs that's coming out and being great. And Fournette is like a blast from the past, bro. He a blast from the past. He was not last year was his first year he ever was in type of receptions. Besides that, he's just been I'll just give you the ball, hand the ball, and just run up the hole. And
I would
yards
say
a carry, bro.
I would say that it struck for him in Jacksonville. He ran against the most 8-man boxers than any other running back in the league. I think teams can't do that because you got so many weapons. So that might help him out. So maybe I will go Fournette because I don't know. At least Ronald Jones is terrible.
Leonard Fournette will have.
I just want to say that
15 touchdowns this year.
Oh! So now he gonna be LeGarrette Blount.
That's exactly what he's gonna be.
Pre-production, we was just arguing that he's taking Ronald Jones' spot. Now he's gonna have 15 touchdowns. It's here nor there. We moving on. Alvin Kamara. It's been some trade talk. He got an epidural. He got an epidural in his back. Like, it's a whole lot of crazy stuff happening with Alvin Kamara. So if you had hindsight, if you already drafted him, I mean, you might have to keep him there. But if you got a draft coming up, would you take Alvin Kamara or Dalvin Cook right now?
Dalvin at practice, right?
Yeah, but he might hold out as well.
Alvin Kamara.
I would say Dalvin just because the Saints have a history of trading, their top player. Well, they traded Brandon Cooks. They traded Jimmy Graham. They trade their players when they say we want to trade them. And I don't know where Kamara will land, but I know Dalvin is going to get carries in Minnesota.
All right, Austin Eckler or Alvin Kamara?
Austin Eckler.
Yeah, I love how Preach is coming up to the joint. Is just saying this something like he announced in like the NFL draft. The Bills take Austin Eckler. I will go. Oh, that's a good one, right? Because like I said, I don't know where Kamara is going to go.
Kamara's going to be with the Saints. They're about to give him a contract.
Give him a contract. If you saying that, now I'm going Eckler. I mean, he doesn't have a job. I mean, Kamara may sit out. He may get traded. So if I'm drafting, I can't draft Kamara.
You got to that's baked in. That's baked in there. You got to know that that's possible.
Yeah. So I will go Eckler.
All right, last one. He just got paid, and that's why probably Kamara want to get paid too. Joe Mixon or Alvin Kamara?
I'm going Alvin Kamara.
Alvin Kamara.
And I don't care if Joe Mixon got paid. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of Mixon top 5, top 10. I mean, I just don't believe it. But
Mixon is a better back, in my opinion. I think he's a better back, but the Bengals line is terrible. Like Pro Football Focus, I think got him at the last line. So I mean, like, I just can't. Like, I know he's gonna be good, but he's overcoming a lot. Like, if Alvin Kamara plays, he's going to be 20 points a game, 20 fantasy points a game. You know what I'm saying? So,
damn, Joe Burrow.
I think that offense going support some fantasy guys. I think like Tyler Boyd and Mixon. I think they're gonna be supported by Joe Burrow because once again they're gonna be a bad defense and they're gonna just be throwing the ball. Just gonna be throwing the ball.
But they were that last year.
Yeah,
but they have Joe Burrow.
Oh, okay. So you think Burrow gonna be better than Dalton right away?
I mean, he's better. If Joe Burrow is not better than Andy Dalton, then what was the point of picking him?
Well, right away. I mean, Dalton wasn't awful. You know what I'm saying?
He wasn't awful.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Yo, do y'all remember when Mills had Andy Dalton?
Yo, he had some bad days for sure.
It was the worst. Once again, it was the worst online in football. So we get it. But we're not about to talk about Andy Dalton. So we're gonna move on. Cam Newton's in a new spot. He's in New England. We're gonna talk Cam Newton. So Cam Newton or Josh Allen? Who you drafting?
Oh, Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
All right. That was easy.
Yeah.
Cam Newton. He pretty much trying to like similar type of guy. You know.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, but Josh got the same people.
Like Cam Newton can't get benched.
Cam Newton or Daniel Jones? Who you
Cam Newton.
I will go Daniel Jones. I think the Giants gonna be bad. It's almost like the Jameis effect, where he's gonna throw a lot, but I don't think he's gonna throw as many interceptions. He might throw as many interceptions, but Jameis was good at fantasy.
Top five.
Yeah, he was good at fantasy. So that's why I think Daniel Jones' outlook is looking.
Another quarterback coming off an injury, Big Ben. Cam Newton or Big Ben?
Big Ben.
Bro, Big Ben looked like a lineman. So I'm worried.
He always did.
Like, no, I know. Did. But like he looked like maybe a tackle before. Like he knows guard. Like he could play both sides of the ball. I would say Cam, because Big Ben had a throwing. Was it Tommy John? He had Tommy John. What was Tommy John? Was it?
No, but Cam Newton had like they made the same surgery.
He had his foot.
His shoulder was messed up.
Yeah, his shoulder was messed up. But this is elbow. This Big Ben is his elbow, I think. Big Ben's elbow.
So I will go Cam just because the upside. I don't think Big Ben is going to finish top 5. If Josh McDaniels some kind of way come up with the best offense of all time, it's a chance. It's a chance Cam Newton could get Steelers. I'm saying. Pittsburgh not doing that.
Big Ben. I mean, Cam can do what Josh Allen did last year. It's very possible.
Right? All right, man. All right.
No.
All right. I just said all right.
Harry. You got Bill Belichick. Like he does this. You know what I'm saying? Like he turned Jimmy G and Brissett to win some games. Like he could have Cam win some games.
Brissett is good.
All right. Moving on. We going with Juju, Big Ben wide receiver. He had a tough year last year, but we're going with Juju. So we got Juju, or we're gonna go with Bill's new addition, Stephon Diggs. Juju. Or Stephon Diggs.
I'll go Juju.
All right, Juju or Kenny Galladay.
Juju.
You said Matt Stafford gonna be top 5,
but he's gonna be fighting targets with Marvin Jones, Kenny Galladay.
All right.
Ooh. I go Juju. I trust Big Ben more, even though he is probably fat and overweight. I trust him more than Stafford.
All right, Juju or Ridley, Calvin Ridley.
I'm going Ridley.
Juju.
Why you gonna expound on that? Why you think?
I think he's gonna be a top 10 receiver. I wouldn't draft him like that, but I have Calvin Ridley on every team. So, but that's because I like the 4th and 5th round was great with receivers. So
yeah.
But I think Juju's better.
All right. But last but not least, we're going to go just to throw it back to just Tom Brady went to a new spot. I just want to see where y'all think Tom Brady should be drafted at. Tom Brady or Drew Brees?
Oh, my God.
Neither.
Like, that's the worst. That's the worst one. I just told you they might hit the paint on the wall.
Tom Brady or Drew Brees?
If I had to
Tom
pick,
Brady.
I would go Tom Brady got better weapons, I think.
Yeah, Tom Brady.
All right, Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. No, Tom Brady. I hate Aaron Rodgers.
Ooh, even though I think Rodgers is better right now, I think they are going to run the ball a lot. I think that's what they're going to run the ball a lot, and it's going to be Aaron Rodgers complete third downs. And if we need one, then get us one. So I would go Brady.
How about last but not least, just to throw it out there, Tom Brady or like a Jared Goff? Tom Brady or Jared Goff?
Jared Goff.
Yeah, I really dislike Jared Goff as a real NFL quarterback, but for fantasy, he's fine.
All right,
McVay gonna draw up something for him to be good enough.
All right, man. That was a great show, fellas. You know, we're gonna become way more. I think you good, Sam, over there? You all right?
I'm straight.
It was almost a good show. We was just close to being out.
PPR, he got a point. PPR, he caught it. But yeah, it was a good show. We're gonna come here every week, fantasy. I think we're gonna do rankings. We're gonna have a ranking list that we're gonna carry. That we all gonna have our personal rankings. We think. I don't know. We're gonna talk about it. But yeah, you know, tune in.
Questions. If they got questions,
who you think you should start? What defense you should stream and all that type of stuff. You know, hit us up.
We're gonna be live, baby. We're going live.
All right, man. It was a great show, guys. But anything y'all want to say before we get out of here? Any deep sleepers that nobody thinking about, Sam?
I'm gonna win all my 4 fantasy leagues.
All right. Like, we should have.
I would. If you need a wide receiver, Rad talked about Allen Robinson. You could get Anthony Miller late too. If Nick Foles win that job, I think you're gonna have somebody.
Sounds good, Mike. All right, man. Thanks for everybody tuning in. We out.